All right, hello everyone. I'm Kevin Deneve with Palitto Consulting Services, and I'm having a conversation today with Joel Troxel. He's one of our solutions architects here and works closely with our development team. And internally, over the last several years, we've been having a lot of discussions about AI and the implications of it. I think everybody is at this point. And what we wanted to do today is kind of give you a different format and just have a quick conversation, cover some highlight items that we're working on with AI and with our clients. And so hence why we're having this discussion here. So, Joel, I want to kind of jump right in. First of all, thank you for being here to have this time together. But I wanted to just kind of broadly speaking, can you share a bit about PCS and the strengths of our development team? I know you've been working with them for so many years, so let's start there.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. And it is a real pleasure to be able to have this conversation together, and want to welcome everyone into the conversation here about a topic that we're all hearing about. And our goal is that we can bring some specifics and outcomes to it. So yeah, it's been about a decade that the development team here and I have been working together. Solution architecture is the main focus that myself and then two close colleagues, Marvin and Beth, we work together on that function. And that involves us really striving to listen to you, your customer, and your customers' needs to build out business process that's more streamlined, automated, and really focus building the technology around what your business needs, how to deliver a more personalized interaction and solution, and then pulling your systems together in a way that supports that objective. So that's who we've been for several decades now. It's been a real pleasure to be part of the journey the last decade, and we're excited and looking forward to where the many possibilities are just doors for opening wide with the advent of AI here.
Well, we've always been about technology, right? So this is just like another step in the technology in terms of what AI can do. So from your perspective, Joel, how can our development team, or how are we, or how can we help our clients implement AI solutions? What does that look like? What are you seeing? What are you talking to clients about, and so forth?
Yeah, so thank you. Really, the neat thing is that it's changing very rapidly, and so projects that we're working on now are projects that we really weren't thinking about even as recently as 6 months to a year ago. So really, we break them up into a few different categories. There's using AI to augment the agent and customer experience, and so that would be items like tapping into the audio stream on a contact center call and pulling that right into a transcript and then a summary using GPT engine. Many of the platforms have that functionality integrated in, so that may be in the contact center or UC platform. Sometimes there might be a situation where it's not integrated in. We can pull that in through an API connection. Either full UCaaS public cloud or private cloud, depending on the need there, and we span a wide array of industries. So once we have that audio data, we're using an AI engine to evaluate it, summarize it, etc., and we can bring the agent hints along the way. For example, tying that into the knowledge base of the organization, and then saying, hey, the customer is asking about items related to, in a financial industry, maybe checking accounts, and automatically bring up the types of things in that area. And so pulling those tools together. Another really key item is post-call, the workload during wrap-up, and that's where key items get missed and customer service follow-through fails to happen. And so pulling those, not just the AI transcript and the summary, but integrating that in a single pane experience into the workflow system, whether that's ServiceNow, Salesforce.com, Sugar CRM, whatever workflow system that customer is using, bringing those action items, next steps, and summary of the conversation right where everyone can see it, and where the parties that committed to actions for the client automatically get that put right into their workflow system. So that's kind of the second workload enhancing. And then a final category is completely automating tasks that right now are done by a human. Maybe in an after hours situation, somebody has a always answer posture in their branding, but in an after hours situation, enabling a subset of functions to be answered with a chatbot, with that nice flowing GPT enabled, the large language model type conversation we've been made familiar with through major tools like ChatGPT on the back end will connect to the appropriate large language model and enable that right in the contact center. So that's a good set of examples from a contact center perspective, and really able to do that with just about every leading platform on the market today.
That's awesome. Yeah, if ultimately it comes down to integrating systems, right? And we've been so good at that for many, many years. And now just because we have AI doesn't mean there isn't the need to connect all these things together, which is pretty awesome. So this is a big shift, right, Joel? All that's going on, everybody's talking about it. There's different groups, different perspectives on AI, but there have been other shifts in the tech landscape before. We've been around a long time and therefore have navigated some of those. Like, for instance, we were premise-based systems and a lot went to the cloud. Can you kind of elaborate on a transition like that? How we kind of worked our way through it, how we helped others, and then how that maybe, or how we could learn from that as we look at AI.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. And that's really insightful because AI is such a huge shift. It has given us the opportunity for computer-based systems to react and respond in a human-like language manner. But also, the fundamentals are the same. We have data in systems that represent long history of customer experience. We have systems that connect with customers, contact center and unified communication. We have knowledge-based systems. All those represent sources of information. And for years, and even in my earlier days here at PCS, it was a lot more common. Occasionally, we'll still do this, connect to an old mainframe system with a terminal emulator type interface. So our experience and customer experience that we've always striven for is to understand, how do we streamline the business process, the day in the life of the agent that's providing customer service, or the salesperson that's going from call to call, really wanting to be front stage, focused on that customer, and then on the back end, keep all that information organized. In a few years back, that looked more like querying into databases and anticipating what that customer might need, maybe putting the notes up on the screen right for the agent so they could see what they talked about last time, or see what orders recently had been placed by this customer so that the salesperson gets it fresh of mind. All of that is still relevant, but we can pull that all into an AI engine in such a way that all that information can get pulled together, merged into a conversational style, and even in some cases, self-soothe, self-help, or augment to the salesperson or agent what they need. So it's really fundamentally the same in that it's pulling information together with the right tools to give each team member the ability to focus on the customer, deliver what they need, and then confirm to the customer that everything that they were looking for is indeed happening. But the AI experience and tool set, it's like having an assistant right there listening along with. And then where we bring it to life is we make sure all of that assistant data, all of that anticipatory, what does the customer need next based on our experience and or knowledge base information, is right in the right place at the right time, and then stored in the permanent record so that we can act effectively.
Gotcha. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. So you mentioned in the previous question I just asked about the different possibilities with AI, and you mentioned several different categories. I guess as you look at that, how was it different before AI compared to now? Is it same, different, similar? How would you describe that?
Yeah, from an AI tool implementation standpoint, the need for real clear security thinking is probably, not probably, it is even more important than it was in the past. In the past, we would connect APIs together on systems where there was known data sources and data repositories. That is true in the AI world also, but there's a lot of care that needs to be given to make sure that, for example, a public large language model is not able to ingest the private data of your organization. And so thinking through what information is okay to ingest, what is public facing, what is private facing, thinking through those security layers and architecting and engineering that accordingly. Another key difference is we can go a layer deeper into the business process, into a more human-like element of what is really the customer wanting here, and now let's engineer the AI solution to deliver that. Where in the past, we would have to break that down into smaller slices and then walk through the logic and decision tree of every piece of the conversation. The AI next generation of technology allows us to keep it at a more business process level, share the information around the right, appropriately secured AI implementation. Large language model as an example, small language model with specific lexicon and knowledge base information, and then tie that together. So broadly, it's the same, but in a more nuanced way, we're able to take the value to a whole nother level with an AI-enabled tool because we're able to get more done with fewer connections or fewer discrete decision-oriented engineering than we used to have to do.
That makes sense. So ultimately more efficient, but obviously there are a lot of important things to consider in all this. And I think that's maybe the intimidating thing for some people is all the things that you're thinking about that they may not be. So we promise to keep this quick, so kind of want to wrap this up. Just overall, Joel, what's your outlook on this? Like as you're talking to others, how would you summarize PCS's role in helping clients and partners as we move forward with AI? And any other last minute thoughts you may have?
Yeah, so thank you. We've always had a little tagline, mostly internally. Some of you that we've talked, many of you we've talked, you maybe heard me say this, we get you to yes. We want you to be able to confidently, as customers are evaluating new technologies or they see and hear of something that maybe ChatGPT could do, hey, can we bring this into our internal systems? And even more importantly, let's proactively go out there, open the conversation on how do we make our business processes more personalized, more streamlined, and more efficient. And then the answer can be yes to that. The possibilities have expanded just in a geometric way over the last number of years here. The process is what it has always been, reach out. We've got a number of ways for you to do that. We engage in a conversation very quickly and efficiently and start discovery side by side with the client of what is the possibility here, and let's get it to yes. And that's what we're all about, is helping you deliver that value to your clients or to your organization, and we're a system integrator. So we will bring the pieces together and we'll help think through and engineer the process that needs to be done to really deliver on the automation and streamlining that we can do.
That's fantastic. Joel, hey, thank you for your time. I know we wanted to keep this short. Hopefully this is a good piece of content for several of our customers and others we're working with. So thank you for this. I can't say enough reaching out to Joel or Marvin or Beth on our team to discuss some of these solutions and needs. It's good to at least start that conversation because this was just the tip of the iceberg. So Joel, thanks for this, and hope everyone has a great day.
Thank you, Kevin, and thank you everyone for the time you've invested today. And we look forward to working together.